What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, on a market watch today. I felt kind of lazy. I didn't set my green screen up. I'm kind of lazy. I'm just waking up. I got the market watch set up. I'm gonna hit record. I'm gonna do my video. I'm gonna be lazy today. It's a lazy day. I did get up early. I did work out a little bit, but other than that, it's a nice chill day. And you know, these are the kind of market watches I like a lot to do after the ban list because we go into speculation land, and I love speculation land. It's really fun because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if these cards are going to go up in value, maintain going up in value, or just tank in value. And I love that. Something about that is so exciting as a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh player. Even for a casual Yu-Gi-Oh player, it's so exciting to see, hey, maybe this can be the next big deal. Or maybe this card can be high priced and fizzle fast. Do you sell it? We'll answer that in this video. But before I begin, make sure to go to my website, YGOPaisano.com. Buy yourself the best field centers and tokens out there, hands down. Once again, my website, YGOPaisano.com. I'd greatly appreciate you guys check it out. Links will be below down in the description. All right. So there's always Trickster players. Trickster Life Stage 1 to 3 with this ban list. And of course, the question is it going to see play? Well, in a weird way, normally I would like push it aside, but you can't with Trickster Life Stage. You see, this card is really good if you're playing sprites and in the sprite mirror match. Trickster Life Stage going to 3, the original print out of Konami Duelist, by the way, has went up in value. We'll go by name in first edition. I'll let you play it as well. You're looking at anywhere from $9 to $10 a copy of Trickster Light Stage. Now, you do this to get out Lilybell, but Light Stage in its own self is really good. An effect says you can target one set card your opponent's spell and trap zone. When this card's on the field zone, that set card cannot be activated into the end phase, and your opponent must activate it during end phase or else send it to the graveyard. Now, once again, this is insanely good in the mirror match for sprites. Will this start seeing play in more sprite decks? You let me know in the comments down below. Will Light Stage play in other decks? Me personally, I don't know if it's going to. I hope it does. I like Tricksters, even though I'm not a big fan of Reincarnation. Light Stage I always thought was a really interesting card. It was a road for Tricksters, but it had an additional effect. And you get a card like Lilybell, which also happens to be a a level 2 monster for you sprite players. Pretty good. I don't know. Once again, you let me know what you think about this card and what you think about this engine within any deck out there in the game. Alright, then we have Cyberjar. So, Cyberjar came with the ban. It's a HeroClix one. I actually didn't know that. Look at that. Cyberjar is relatively inexpensive. There's a lot of variations of the card. But if you want like the highest rarity, you have two options. The Hobby League, or the better option, in my opinion, Ultimate Rare. Ultimate Rare Cyberjar came out in Duelist Pack Kaiba. Obviously, if you look at the price, you can see it really spiked up recently. The price really went insane for this card. And then we go like near mint, like you play. Hold on a second. What the fuck? Okay. First edition, because we're not broke. $80 for Cyberjar. The thing about Cyberjar is, and this is going to trick a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players. I guarantee you. I will bet money. You find me a Yu-Gi-Oh player that don't know about Gold format or any alternative Yu-Gi-Oh format, Time Wizard format, and they look at Cyberjar, they're like, yo, for real, Cyberjar going up? No, people aren't selling this card. That's the thing about Cyberjar. Like, a lot of people own Ultimate Rare First Edition Cyberjars. They're just not selling. So the market looks inflated already. And then when it came to one, those that definitely didn't want the card before, now we're like, wait a minute, let me get this card before it goes up in value. And it's a pain in the ass to get. So that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players go, fuck, I gotta get this card quickly. Or these kids are gonna buy one-ofs for their deck that's gonna be trash. Yeah. So, what's going to happen with the price of Cyberjar? In my opinion, I think we're going to see it increase, as you see over here. It kind of stabilized a little bit, but I do predict this card increasing a little bit more as speculation happens right before the next big Yu-Gi-Oh event, whether it's a regional weekend or YCS. And then what's going to happen is the price will dip a little bit, stabilize, dip a little bit, stabilize, and we'll kind of see that happening. Now, will it go back down to its original price point for edition being $81? Well, kind of it is already. But I do think this card's going to be going up a little bit because of speculation. All right. Then we have Substitute. So, is Substitute going to see play? Well, the market will tell you, oh yeah. That's what the market's going to tell you. You go to first version. Once again, Time Wizard format is something I haven't talked about on the channel on purpose. I'm going to be talking about Time Wizard format in specific formats like Edison, Edison GOAT, hat format. I'll talk about those formats in the future. The reason I want to talk about those in the future because I have a plan, and I can't do the plan if I talk about those. So that's how it's going to work right now. Anyway. Look at the price of Substitute. When I did my last video, it was $40 for this card. The current price point of a lightly played first edition Substitute is $16. Hype. Once again, you sell into hype, and you wait. There are times where you can be wrong, but a majority of times you're going to be right. So imagine doing something and you're right a majority of the time. Would you not want to do that? Oh no, I was wrong on this one time. And all your dumbass friends are like, you're an idiot, you sell, blah, blah. But every time you sell into hype, you know what your dumbass friends are doing? Buying into it, losing money, declining value. Mind you, had you bought this episode on its debut, off the ban list, you would have been down, what, $30? I'm really bad at math. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Minimum $30. You just take $30 out of your wallet and poof, that goes into the hype cloud of stupidity. Never, ever, ever fall for that. Always sell into it. For those that made money off this episode, congratulations. It's good money. Then we have American Fan Base Online. So we don't know if this card's going to see play or not. We have zero idea. The only time this card was really ideally used was the Crystal Needlefiber, but that card's banned. Fine. So is Online going to see play? I don't know. I mean, it's roughly around $1 for the Ultra Rare. I kind of want to get one. I think I have one somewhere. I don't know. I might just buy one and call it a day, but yeah, I really don't know. You let me know. Then we have Spellbook of Judgment. My favorite part is going on YouTube and seeing all these kids go, Spellbook, Runic deck, could it be the next meta deck? Listen, I'm a massive fan of Spellbooks. I literally, during Dragon Ruler format, I sold my Dragon Ruler deck at peak to buy Spellbooks, max rarity, and still had extra cash left over. It was insane, the price difference. But with that said, realistic V here, waking you up, this ain't doing nothing. Spellbook Judgment goes to 2, maybe you'll see Rogue play. Spellbook Judgment goes to 3, alright, now we're talking. Spellbook Judgment at 1, no, we're not talking. I'm sorry. I know, and I normally get one comment in the video. Someone's going, V, you know what you're talking about? I'm a big Spellbook fan. I have the body pill to match. Like, bro, you're not at my level. I'm telling you right now, this card's doing nothing. It's going down in value. You're going to buy into it like an idiot and lose value. That's fine if you want to do that. No big deal. I'm not going to attack you, even though I just stay with your body pill. But whatever, that's facts. What I'm trying to explain to you is this card's not going to see play because we have better options out there. We just do. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. Would you date your high school sweetheart if you're my age? No. She's old, she's disgusting, she's smelly, she's probably shot like 4 kids, I don't know, but the answer is always no. Once again, that's when you're my age. A lot of you kids are probably like, what, like 20s, mid-20s? I'm just letting you know you wouldn't do it, okay? And the reason why is because the imagination of what used to be isn't what it is. And this is my argument against like players when they talk about me about Max C. It's the imagination of how good the card used to be versus what the card would do right now. Spellbook Judgment at 1 right now is not going to do anything. Despite the fact that I would love it to do something, despite the fact that I love my high school sweetheart to look exactly and be exactly how she was and then come through, hell yeah, it's not the case. And this is the thing I feel like a lot of players have a problem with. They have PTSD on older cards because remember the old Power Creep, how it used to be, but that's not what it is now. That's not for a majority of the cards. So much so, Konami deemed it worthy to put this card off the ban list at 1. So, yeah. Once again, we're going to go look at Spellbook Judgment prices. I always like looking up the price of these cards because they are kind of insane. They don't really merit any real value, though. Look at that. I mean, okay. The Mega Tin version of the card's roughly around $9. And once again, the last printing was 8 years, so I understand why. The original print out of Lore Tachyon Galaxy, that version of the card is going to be roughly around 30 doubloons. 16, I'm mad. Yeah, you definitely have. 30 doubloons of these cards. After that 16 spot is gone, it goes to about $32. Will it be worth it to get Spellbook Judgment? No. I'm telling you, it's not. Then we have Fusion Destiny. So, Team can actually use DPE pretty well. It's actually not bad to play DPE in tier limits. It kind of works. Oh no, you milled one of your cards? Alright, you cycle it back in. Now Fusion Destiny is live again. And that's kind of interesting, actually. It adds a whole different take on how you look at Fusion Destiny, Heroes, and, of course, DPE. Now, the price of Fusion Destiny out of OTS Tournament Pack 18 did spike crazily. It used to be roughly around $40 for the Ultimate Rare, and now the Ultimate Rare price point of this card is roughly around $67. That's for the Ultimate Rare. If you want to see, maybe get like a Super Rare, well, you're not in any luck. It's roughly around $17. The Ultra Rare also is roughly around $17. So what's happening here? The answer is simple. Yu-Gi-Oh! Players found an option and alternative to play DPE, and DPE is such a broken card. If you don't have the immediate answer, you're gonna get punished every single turn. By activating Fusion Destiny on your first turn, nets you a lot of advantage. It nets you a DPE, which your opponent has to out, have fun doing that, as well as a potential pot of greed on your follow-up. Just baseline. So I think a lot of you players, the minute they saw Fusion Destiny at 3, said we could play this in tier limits. If we mill, we just cycle those cards back in to bring it out again. No big deal. And they're not wrong. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if looking at DPE, it starts seeing a lot more play. Now you got the 10 version, roughly around $5. You got the Secret Rare, roughly around $17, and then you got the Starlight Rare. Now look at this. The Yu-Gi-Oh market rarely goes hard into something like a Starlight Rare. Majority of Yu-Gi-Oh players can't really afford it, but in this instance, a majority of Yu-Gi-Oh players did. In my prediction, I think Starlight DPE is going to go higher. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised after this video, it starts making moves. Looking at the current price point of the card, it's roughly around $442 for a Starlight Red DPE. Now, me, myself, personally, I'm not going to buy this card yet. Maybe when I have my hero arc, I'm going to buy all the hero stuff and probably have to get DPE Starlight Rare because I want to get the best of the best, because if you're getting heroes and you get a max rarity, you ride or die. You got to do max rarity or you just don't play the deck. If you're going that route. Obviously, you don't need to, but if you are, okay? With that said, once again, the price of DPE last month was $289 for a Starlight Rare. Right now, it's almost, I want to say double, but it could double. It could double. Then we have Cyber Angel Ben 10. Once again, Drytrons is coming back. Now, we're going to come back as a tier 1? No, I did not say that. But I do think Drytrons are a good contender. They're going to force every Yu-Gi-Oh player, especially in tier 1 slots, to consider cards like Infinite Permits and, more importantly, Forbidden Droplet. Those two cards are the reason why Drytrons will not be tier 1. If Infinite Permits and Droplet was banned, I think Drytrons go to tier 1 that quickly. And I think Konami realized that. And they didn't really even consider those cards on the ban list. Good. Seriously, good. Because if those cards are gone, it'd be really hard to play against Drytrons. Looking at it right now, the Lost Art version of Cyber Angel Ben 10 is roughly around $20. The Dragons of Legends Secret Rare version of Cyber Angel Ben 10, which look at a crazy spike. It was as low as one point as $5, and the current price point of the card has near $16. But wait, there's more. It's declining. Before that, it was roughly around $20, and now it's $16. The price of Cyber Angel Ben 10 will continue to go down because Drytrons is not a tier 1 deck, but it's demanding tier 1 prices. That's not how that works, and most Drytron players know that, but then again, if you're pure Drytron, you've been playing Drytrons forever, you probably have your copies. Cyber Angel Ben 10 that lost our promotion spiked in value. The current price point of this card is roughly around $20 to roughly around $23 a copy. Jesus. These are given exclusively to stores, and if you spend $30 or more, you can have the option to buy it. Of course, most stores will say they don't have it, and of course, more stores will magically start getting random profits. And there's not much Konami can really do, right? I have a solution. I'm going to throw this, and this is where I go against stores, and I rarely go against stores. I'm usually, like, 99% of the time pro card shop, support your local OTS shop, but this shit pisses me off, and has been going on since the debut of Lost Arts promotions. So here's my answer. Konami, listen up, get a pen and paper. Yes, you can write on your iPad, but pen and paper so it sticks more, importantly. Stop making these Lost Art promotions available for stores to fucking hand out. Majority of stores are going to pocket these and sell these online, whether it's on a TCG Player main account or TCG Player alt account. They're just fucking the plays over by making them go to secondary market and buying these cards, which should be handed out by selling your product, right? Okay, so that's one. Now you're going, V, how's Konami going to get these cards to the players? I'm glad you asked that. You can go on the Yu-Gi-Oh website and actually buy Yu-Gi-Oh product. You can buy shirts and overpriced, by the way, thanks Konami. You can buy a bunch of goofy crap on the Yu-Gi-Oh website. Why not make the Lost Art promotion cards available to players that spend a certain amount of money on your website? Once again, I understand your website has a lot of overpriced stuff, and that's kind of not really Konami's fault, I'll be honest with you. That's kind of like the overhead of like the cost of making it, because Konami decided to go with these companies that are insanely expensive, but whatever. I'd rather it be done that way. So if I, at least at the end of the day, I could get a Konami sweatshirt, Kaiba Corp sweatshirt maybe, and a Lost Arts promotion card. Konami, for this amazing idea, all I need for you to do is give me 3 Cyber Angel Ben 10 Lost Art promotions. That's a steal. That's a steal, and you're lucky. I should get that. I think I should get that. I deserve that. You know what? Fuck that. I want 9. I want to RO9 this. Okay, that's not maybe too greedy. But I think I should deserve a place in every Lost Art promotion ever made and ever will be made. That's what I think for this amazing idea. Because if you don't do this, most of the stores that you're handing this free product out to are going to be selling it online. Now, with that said, I just said that. To the stores that are not doing that, you're a fucking champion. And you should be supported heavily by your player base. That's my opinion. I gotta throw it out there. That's my opinion. For the stores that are allowing players to take advantage of the Lost Art promotion of Cyber Angel Ben 10, I just want to say you are amazing. I mean, your plays already probably tell you, but I'm throwing out there, you are a fucking hero. So the rest of the stores that are doing this behind your back, I don't blame you. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's money. Like I'm not gonna come in between you and your money. But for Konami, you need to get this sorted. I'm telling you, promote it on your website. People will buy your stupid overpriced Yu-Gi-Oh merch. Yes, it's overpriced, and yes, some of it's kind of whatever. But at least I'll have access to local promotional cards rather than buying directly from magical people that have a questionable amount of these on TCG Player. That's my answer to that. All right, back into it. Looking at Rise of the Duelist, Nadir Servant went up in value insanely. Did it? Well, we'll see. Looking at Nadir Servant, it used to be roughly around $17. We'll even go by the past month, $17. And original print first edition versions of Nadir Servant are roughly around $32. Now, the crazy part about this is, within a couple of sales, it used to actually be roughly around $38. So what's happening here? Well, simple. Even though the Nadir Servant is a great card, an amazing card, and as a Shadow player, I think this card's insane. It's so good. The problem with the Nadir Servant is you have to activate it during the right times, during the right circumstances, during the right game states. Will this card see play? My opinion, I think it will. Will this card see play to the point where you need to go ahead and buy 3 and it will push the price back up? Yes. Will the card price go down? Yes. Why? The price of the Nadir Servant is going to be going down in value because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are not going to be playing this card right off the gate initially. As time goes on, I do think this card will go up in value. Even more so importantly, I feel like Nadir Servant, even though it's a phenomenal card, we'll see more play in decks like Telements where it helps supplement the fusion archetype. I'll probably have a video coming out on how Nadir Servant actually is insanely good for Telements. Even though front end, as you read this card, you cannot put something for an extract. You're like, what the fuck, V? But no, this card's actually insanely good. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a hidden source a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are playing and not telling you about. And rightfully so, because they tell you about it, the price will maintain high. They're watching the market of this card go down in value, and once again, the reason why this card's going to be going down in value, because everyone thinks this card's not worth it. When you go from 38 to 33, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players' faith in the cards are declining. Now, me personally, I only own 2 of this card. I'm probably going to pick up a 3rd one, and then I'll probably make the deck profile. That's in the future. I actually have a lot of deck profiles I want to make on this channel. Looking at the Megatins. All right. So, Forbidden Droplet didn't change in price, despite the fact that it's going to be seeing a lot more play. More than likely, players are going to be buying it. The reason why? There's 103 of these motherfuckers online. Like, 103! But I was still being roughly around $43. To be honest with you, some decks are using it. A lot of decks, from what I'm seeing, are not using it. Are you using Product Prosperity right now? Let me know in the comment section down below. Other cards, like Diviner, is stabilizing at $12, which is great. DPE stabilizing at $5, despite the fact that a lot of players are going to be needing this card, in my opinion. A lot of interesting things happening here. And then we have Runix. So, if you saw my live stream on Twitch TV, YGOPaisano, I said, hey, listen, one of the best things that are going to be needed is Runix, because Runix answer Mystic Mine. And I'm not lying about this. This is your answer to Mystic Mine in any deck you play, specifically decks like Sprites and Telements. Oh, by the way, when I mentioned the Servant, I meant to say Telements. Someone's going to comment it, whatever. I'm not sure if I said Sprites. But anyway, going back to it, I think Runix is going to be one of the best sub-archetypes used within the Tier 1 decks that we currently have in the game. Will that be throughout the entire meta? No. Did not say that. But what I am saying is I think these are going to be very important for a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players moving forward. And of course, we're seeing the price of these cards move up. Fountain may have stabilized, but Hugin used to be like $8. Now it's roughly around $18. Tip, by the way, says it's 17. Yeah, it's not. It's not even close. Tip right now, not 17, 36. What was Tip previously priced at? Am I wrong? 35. Yeah, it's went up a little bit. Runix are going to be needed, and as time goes on, the price of Runix are going to be even more expensive. Even the CRs might go up a little bit, but it's only temporary as we pull away from Runix and enter the next meta, which I do think will be coming up soon. Then we have Power to Elements. So the price of Primary apparently went up in value, though I personally think it'll be going back down. It did go up in the temporary term, as we saw Telements not really get hit by the ban list, but Sprites get absolutely decimated. In fact, I said Sprite Blue's price will go down a little bit, but it'll only be temporarily, as I do think it will come back up because the deck is tier 1. Look at other cards. Sprite Elf is roughly around $21. Ultimate Slayer is stabilizing on 40. Rhinoheart is roughly around 19 or 20, which is kind of shocking. Garuda used to be $6, now 17, as is a must-have for almost every Yu-Gi-Oh player. And the rest of the cards didn't really change as much. Now, my personal opinion, there's still good value. There's still meat in the bone. Kirikara Divine Incarnate should not be $8. That card should not be $8 at all. It has no place in the $8 slot. Other cards like Instant Contact is a cool card as well, but is it worth $5? Probably. But ultimately, I think there's a lot of good value over here in this set. And then we have Thunderies. Thunderies literally saw the ban list when they're like, wow, that's crazy. Everyone got weaker? All right. Like, no joke. If you want to play competitive meta Yu-Gi-Oh right now, and you had roughly around $100, you could play Flunderies. And be at a tier 1. Like, I think they're tier 1. I would love an argument for why this deck won't be tier 1. This deck did not get touched by the ban list. What did get touched is the other decks, Telements and Sprites, that were not even really a problem. They were combative against Flunderies. The fact that they're weaker now makes Flunderies a better deck. And I do think with the reprint of Product Prosperity, every Flundery player now has access to a card in their deck that they can use. They don't need it, they can run Product Extravagance, but with Prosperity, Flunderies become more consistent, which has always been the issue with this deck. Looking at Flunderies right now, the most expensive card in the entire archetype is Flunderies in the Advent of Adventure. A card which used to be around $9 is currently right now in the TCG Player market as $22 a copy. You're going to want to get 3 of this card. This is probably the most expensive card in the Flundery deck. Now, will Flunderies be the best deck in the game? That's a hard thing to say. Looking at the OCG and their sets ahead of us and they have all this whatever, Flunderies is still topping. The deck is not, it doesn't care. Oh, what? I can't activate whatever? Okay, cool. I'm just going to do Flundery shit and beat your face in. And that's what the deck does. The deck immediately tells your opponent, turn 1, hey, there's a barrier statue here, you have to answer it. And a smart Flundery player will wait to activate the trap to put a barrier statue, making the infinite permanence useless. Most Flundery players, in my opinion, I don't know, my voice is stretched. Most Flundery players, in my opinion, only weakness is going to be Forbidden Droplet. Once again, a huge emphasis on the card Forbidden Droplet. Is Dark Ruler no more still needed? I don't think so. I think Droplet is going to replace it, in my opinion. Anyway, Paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, comment down below. It's your boy V. Hey, wait a minute. Go to my website, YGOPaisano.com. It's your boy V and you Paisanos. You Paisanos have a great day.